I don't even know where to start with this. So, there was a YouTube channel that I watched a lot as a kid. I didn't really follow them past 2020, I think, was when I stopped watching. Because, I don't know, I guess I just kind of grew out of it. You know, things come and they go, and I hadn't really thought about them much. But for some reason, I woke up this morning and I wanted to watch one of their videos for some reason. So when I searched up the channel, a video popped up called Whatever Happened to Planet Dolan. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. I would like to know exactly what happened, because I have no idea. I don't know if there was a controversy. I don't know if they just stopped caring. I don't know if the videos stopped doing well, so they just stopped uploading. Because they haven't been active in, I think, a year. I checked their channel, I think it was about a year since their last post. Like, post from any channel. So, I guess let's just get into the video. This video is by Rob's Media. If you're interested in seeing the whole video in its entirety, well, I'm going to watch the whole video in its entirety, but without my commentary. I'll leave a link in the description. But anyways, let's get into this. Oh yeah, forgot to add the thing.
Danger Dolan.
Is the audio coming through? I don't think it is. That is strange. I did a try not to laugh challenge recently, and I think none of the audio came through. So, I'm gonna try and not do that again. I'll just go with, audio output, desk. Alright, now that's there.
Danger.
Okay. That should be coming through. And this audio properties. Alright. Alright, now let's get into this. Let's see what exactly happened to this once beloved set of YouTubers.
Danger.
Oh, warning, this video contains material not suitable for all ages. Viewer discretion is advised. Alright, well, that's comforting. I hope there's nothing I have to edit out, or...
Dolan.
Alright.
Years ago, I made a widely popular video discussing the rise and fall of Danger Dolan, and so much has happened since then to warrant a remake. Today,
Is that
we'll
his
dive into
face?
Rise and
Hold
fall
on.
of Danger Dolan, and so much has...
Is that, like... Is that Dolan? Is that Dolan himself? I've never seen his face before. That's weird. That's not what I expected him to look like.
Then to warrant a remake. Today we'll dive into the many controversies surrounding the Planet Dolan channel.
Oh, there was more than one controversy. Great.
Tom Dolan would create his first ever YouTube channel at the age of 21, naming it The DD Guides. It was launched on November 19th, 2012, primarily focusing on gaming content, specifically World of Warcraft. Though these guides he was making weren't really getting any substantial views, leading him to make a video titled, Help Me Answer Questions, in order to ask a small audience what they wanted to see.
Danger Dolan. I've been wrestling with the possibility of asking you guys some survey questions for my self-employment bullshit. I don't want to ask these questions, but on the form I do have to put in like the 10 question answers from all the YouTube people. So if you feel like doing this, it won't take you long. You know, give one-word answers. As long as I can take screenshots, not a big deal.
Many in his audience were fine with him branching out to new content, with him starting to get a little more personal in his videos. He even decided to show his face in an unboxing video from January 1st, 2014.
Interesting. I
Danger
didn't know
Dolan.
he.
I've got one of these stupid unboxing videos with a loot
I didn't know
crate.
he did it that early.
They just started getting released in Australia, so I picked one up, and I'm going to find out what's in it. First off, I'm quite disappointed that it's not an actual crate. It's more of a
I'm
box
so
that can be
unused to like
delivered
seeing
without
his
people thinking it's
face
very
or his voice not
suspicious
coming out of his
or
character.
that you might be Indiana Jones or something. Let me just get this stupid tape off. This is going to take about an hour.
He also slightly rebranded to his Danger Dolan persona, with his new profile picture parodying the Dolan meme from the early 2010s. If you're a fetus, I'll explain it to you. It's a crude MS Paint comic series featuring parodies of Disney characters. The main characters are Dolan Duck and Gooby, with the former usually being depicted as a demented killer. Around the
Oh, that's where that was from. I feel like I knew that, but just didn't think about it. Because that makes a lot of sense. I do remember those memes. I mean, they were a little bit before my time. Those were like mid 2000s memes, mid to late 2000s memes, which I was alive for. I was just very young.
the time he started showing his face, Dolan would also start making list videos on gaming topics. Now, list videos have always been a popular genre on YouTube, but they were especially big during the mid-2010s. These videos were usually decently long, and can be made on a variety of topics. These
Yeah.
videos from Dolan did infinitely better than his other content, with
Yeah, those were. I remember that style of videos. It's kind of since phased out. Well, not really phased out. It's more evolved into TikToks now, because those, not many people want to watch an entire video, long form video about just list content. So usually people compress it and put it into TikToks these days. So yeah.
some having millions upon millions of views. This gave Dolan some ideas, so he made several announcements. In one, he announced a new subreddit.
And in saying that, I would like to draw your attention to my new subreddit, the DD Guides. It is linked below. So I'm going to be using this Reddit purely to give you guys the opportunity to suggest videos that I might do. So for instance, got a couple of examples here. You got top 5 reasons why Warriors are the best tank. Then you got a gaming discussion topic, which is top 5 reasons that game you like is actually bad.
On March 7th, 2014, Dolan would announce an entirely new channel called DD Top 20.
But in terms of the top 10 gaming videos, I've had a couple like the top 10 myths in gaming, top 10 overrated game lists, and they've worked out quite well. However, here's the situation, right? Ever since I started doing top 10 gaming videos, I've been in contact with Curse, my network. I've been emailing them back and forth in regards to moving my top 10 non-WoW lists off this channel onto a separate one. So what happened is, Curse say they are fine if my new channel is purely about gaming, or at the very least gaming culture, right? And while that's fine,
I didn't know he had a
could
network behind him
potentially
this
put
early.
my new gaming videos onto the new channel and get it partnered. That's not a problem. I don't really want to limit myself to just gaming. Like, I'm thinking long term here, right? In all honesty, I
That was a
could just
good
keep
idea.
posting these gaming videos on this channel, and eventually I would find the audience for it, as well as my WoW audience. That wouldn't be a problem. And that was originally the plan. But if I update my contract with Curse to cover this new channel, I basically just can't get away from the fact that I'm stuck with gaming.
So Dolan is still going to be making World of Warcraft videos, but most of his free time will be spent with this new channel, where he'll be making list videos of all sorts.
Interesting.
This new channel became pretty
Never knew about
successful, managing to reach 1 million subscribers within only 5 months. What made it so popular is pretty
Dang.
simple: the simplicity of the titles and the crazy thumbnails. You got videos like 20 mysterious photos that should not exist, 20 things that scared us as kids, 15 people with extra limbs and body parts, 15 worst toys ever recalled.
I've seen a lot of these videos. I remember this. Man, that was... Wow. Yeah, there were a lot of channels making list videos like this. There was Dolan, there was Most Amazing Top 10, there was... What was that one where the cartoon character popped on screen and it said amazing? Whatever that one was, there was that. So yeah, I used to be I used to watch a lot of this type of content. And I probably still would if it was around.
15 creepiest true stories ever told, and more. Obviously, Dolan soon changed the channel name to Danger Dolan, as many of these lists featured 15 entries and not 20. While these views are comparative to other list channels from the time, Dolan stood out because he actually had personality. There were certain aspects that drove viewers in, as he seemed to make these out of genuine interest rather than chilling out pointless slop. And I know it sounds like I'm dick-sucking him, but many of these videos hold up.
Number 3, tank crossing. Usually these signs go up if you're about to hit a road populated by cows, bulls, kangaroos, or hard to see animals. But what are the chances you get blindsided by a fucking tank? I mean, they shake the ground beneath them, and they're incredibly slow. Where do the tanks even come from? Do they pop out of a bush? You'd see these things from a mile off. Maybe they're implying you're about to run into an enemy tank, and if so, you should give them right of way before they incinerate your family with some explosive shells. That's just the courteous thing to do.
Well, yeah, he's right. It's still pretty good.
Definitely an additional thing to note in hindsight is that Dolan was clearly drunk while recording some of these, and that's not a bad thing. It honestly makes these videos even funnier.
Number 1.
He was drunk. Okay. Like, how often? Was this a persistent thing? Was this like did he have a problem with this? Or was it just a thing he did every now and again to, like, amp up the funniness of the videos? Because that I can understand.
Fisher Price Power Wheels motorcycle. You might think, oh, a motorcycle for kids. What could possibly go wrong? But it's actually surprisingly safe. Kids just sometimes run it into oncoming traffic because they're stupid. Power Wheels, though, sometimes it would suffer.
I think I hear it.
Worst nightmare. Your kid will be driving along, maybe down a nearby hill.
When you know it, you can hear
suddenly, his accelerator would jam. He would travel faster and faster until, bam, his bike starts to fly and he gently ascends towards the sunset. When in reality, your kid has fucking died, and now you need to write on his tombstone, cause of death, Fisher Price toy.
This success would continue going into 2015, with him reaching 2 million subscribers in January and 3 million in June. Obviously, Dolan decided to expand to other channels, creating his third in April 2015 called Danger Dolan Movies.
You see, what was I gonna say?
Subscribers in January and 3 million in June.
That's way faster than I would have expected. Like, although I can see why he did have good content.
Obviously, Dolan decided to expand to other channels, creating his third in April 2015.
I didn't realize he had so
Danger
many.
Dolan Movies. It was mainly a film-based countdown channel, with the videos doing decently well, though it appears that it might not have been received well, as all the comments and ratings are turned off. Uploads would stop in August 2015 with a total of 21 videos. In his announcement for it, he also mentions his company, Planet Dolan, wanting other creators to join in on a new project.
I am currently hiring people for the company Planet Dolan. There is a link for that down below, in which I'm advertising several billion jobs, including 3D animators, voice actors, storyboard artists, writers, and there's also going to be opportunities
Even that
for
classical music takes me back.
Film studios, for game companies that want to publicize and get some publicity for their little projects. So go check that out right now. There may be more Danger Dolan channels coming out in future, but you're going to have to wait and see for that. I'm sorry you're not interested. Well, in that case, I do have a second solution, and that involves me saying, "I'm good."
Around this time,
oh man, I remember that
narrators
outro.
into his videos, with one of the first being Dolan's brother, Zaraganba.
Although this ad only ran in Singapore, it annoyed.
See, that I never knew if that was real, if that was his actual brother, or just some other guy he found and nicknamed his, like, it was a running joke that he was his brother. And also, is that an actual name? That I thought that was a joke as well, honestly. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. Is that even a name? okay, I'm not sure if I spelled it wrong, or if it's not actually a name, but the results I got are not results I was expecting, nor do I think I want. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that happened. And look, if you want to look that up, be cautious. And I don't recommend you do it if you're under the age of 18. Just, please, be careful.
women the world over. It's pretty subtle, so in case you don't get it, the sandwich represents a penis. Ha,
Oh,
ha, ha.
okay, you're just putting
He'd
it
soon
out
be
there.
joined by Hellbent, Pipe Attack,
No beating
and
around the
Shima
bush with that
Luan.
one. No pun intended. Oh, this...
Hellbent started off in a similar vein to Dolan, producing gaming videos in the early 2010s.
remember that guy.
He would soon reach out to Dolan following the announcement, first appearing on the channel in May 2015 with the video 10 Dumbest Band Things Ever.
Okay,
His
I'm gonna
presence on the
ignore
channel would
that.
eventually become really well liked, as his voice stood out in comparison to Dolan's. It was much deeper, bodying well with some of the creepier and more disturbing lists.
Number 14. The Stanford Prison Experiment. Stanford University got 24 students to act out the roles of prison guards and prisoners. Everyone
Wow,
knew
that
this
mic quality
experiment
is
wasn't
not
real,
great.
yet the students who were assigned as guards
Sounds
actively
like he's wearing a
tormented the students
headset,
acting as prisoners,
talking through
while
a
the
headset
students
mic.
acting as prisoners passively accepted their torment. Then again, these are college students. Maybe they just thought it was pledge week.
Though it was brilliant for Dolan to also have him narrate the more comedic videos, because Hellbent can be really, really funny.
Number 26. Put that mayonnaise on your child. Oh yeah, put that thick white fluid all over your kid. That'll teach him not to rub the lotion on his skin when you tell him to. Anyone that searches this is automatically put onto the NSA's potential child predator list and is given a free entrance to a psychiatric ward of their choosing. Makes me feel good about reading that out loud.
That's called foreshadowing. Shortly after Hellbent
Okay, well... Huh. Alright, I don't know how to feel about that. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in just a second, guys. I just need to... I'm gonna pop out for just a second. All right, I'm back. I used that opportunity to leave, think, use the bathroom, and I'm back now. Let's
Began
continue.
appearing on the channel, Dolan made another update video. He announced that he'd be helping to produce a Friends short film, linking an Indiegogo in the description for fans to help.
Interesting.
He then discussed the role Hellbent and many others would take going forward.
Finally, I'd like to address concerns some of you have been voicing over the new voice actors I've introduced lately that read out the countdown scripts for Danger Dolan videos. First off, I'm beyond words appreciative that so many of you feel so passionate about hearing my slurry voice narrating videos. Support you've shown has been actually kind of heartwarming, and I can understand why you might be feeling cheesed off that things have changed. In fact, beforehand, I was warned it might happen, but I did it anyway. A few of you suggested I stop expanding channels and instead scale things back so I can keep voicing every video. Unfortunately, I can't do that. It'd actually be a lot easier if I did, but the reason I've started a company and built more channels and hired more people is because I need to. I can't sit still, and I'll continue to expand the business because I love doing it. And although I always
AKA,
appreciate
I need more
criticism and
money.
advice, I'm not gonna let anyone dictate what I should or should not feel passionate about doing. Bear in mind though, my fans and viewers always come first. I'm not gonna expand until I'm 100% sure the scripts are up to snuff, the voice actors feel comfortable, editing is down pat. But at the end of the day, you just have to have faith that what we're doing is gonna work out alright. I chose Hellbent to voice videos because I personally like his style. I think he's doing a damn fine job despite the endless wave of criticism he has to deal with. Just like I chose this unpopular DD logo for 2015 because it was my favorite out of all the 5,000 submissions. The scripts are actually the same as they've always been, whether Hellbent is reading them out or my brother or me. You're getting the same lines delivered the same way for Danger Dolan videos. It's actually a curious thing that I had no intention to start a company when I started YouTube in late 2012. I just wanted to make gameplay guides, but it happened, and now it's a struggle to manage my own time and all the shit that I'd like to do. So I just hope you guys bear with us, give the voice actors a chance.
And his viewers would, as Hellbent's role in the channel will continue to expand going into 2016, though we can't say the same about Pipe Attack.
Wait, what?
Pipe Attack began appearing on the channel in July 2015, though his role was short-lived. His only videos were 15 real-life human superpowers, 15 outrageous life hacks, and 40 ridiculous real news headlines. I actually really like his voice, though many weren't fond of his many speaking errors, though he was probably inexperienced, so would have probably spoken better in future videos.
Number 37. This just in. Diana was still alive hours before she died. This shocking twist comes from British periodical Private Eye. It poses many new questions like, was Diana still alive minutes before she died? And should she be considered dead now that she's died?
And then after that...
Okay, yeah, this is interesting. I've never seen this guy or heard of this guy. This must have been like a short period that I was absent for. Interesting. Excuse me for just 1 second. I'm not gonna leave, I'm gonna go silent for 1 second. Sorry about that. I was trying something and it did not work. I'm gonna continue the
He
video
was
now.
gone. No real mention from Dolan or anyone else until 2020, when Helmet made a joke about it in the comment section of a Scarce Theater video we'll get to. Then, a year later, I released my original Danger Dolan video. I eventually got a comment from a channel called Bing Bongs, linking to this unlisted video.
Listen, man, I'm fucked up. Every time I keep trying to redo this video, it comes out worse and worse and worse, and there's absolutely no reason for me to put this shit public at all. I'm just gonna keep this as like a little Easter egg for any motherfucker that happens to watch Rob's video. This message is for Rob. This message is directed towards Rob. However, if Dolan happens to see this video, I will apologize again, because I sent him an email back in December of 2020 basically stating, hey man, just want to let you know that I'm alive and I'm sorry for ghosting you, because that's exactly all that happened.
What?
I got overwhelmed with my life.
He then expands on his thought process of doing the job.
His intention
Oh.
of hiring me was to do the top 10 videos. I don't know if I would end up taking over full time or whatever the fuck, but the whole preface was that he was hiring additional people so that he could focus on additional projects, such as a kid's show and mainly the animations. I don't even know if the kid show thing ever even ended up happening, but it evidently was talked about in an interview. I don't know if that's NDA. That I'm not fucking bound to jack shit. Fuck you, Dolan, bitch. God, that hurt me saying that. I'm an asshole. Actually, you know what? No, I'm
Dude,
not.
just get to the point.
Because if anybody saw the fucking animation of the fanfic that was animated, which was hilarious, by the way, I came my pants. But it also hurt my soul at the same time, because I'm like, yeah, I deserve that. I deserve all of this. I deserve 100% all of this.
Now, that animation he's referring to came out in 2017. The video is deleted,
Oh.
probably because it includes a joke where Pipe Attack is fucking his own asshole with a vibrator. Yeah, I give him props for watching that and laughing about it.
I'm a niche micro celebrity on Discord because I drive a semi-truck now.
Okay.
I drive a semi-truck and I stream it. I became a semi-truck driver. I have AIDS. I love you. Inabininging. Stop. You're not funny. Didn't laugh. Who ever cares? Shut the fuck up. Bottom line, I was overwhelmed.
What are you talking
Grown
about?
up a little bit. Tiny bit. I shit my pants.
I'll link this full video below if you want to see it, but the dude seems to be chillin'. He's still somewhat active on social media.
That was an absolute mess. Oh, I remember this bit. This was something I was there for. One of their main people in the videos just vanished, pretty much. No one had any idea what happened to her, where she went, or
On
anything.
October 1st, 2014, Dolan announced his first ever logo contest, allowing fans to submit new designs to be used throughout 2015.
You'll also get $300 and also toilet golf, so that when you're taking a dump, you'll have something to do. That means when you do give me an entry, I will probably get back to you and just say, give me your PayPal details and I'll put the money in, and hopefully an address so I can send you these amazing items.
The winner, along with various other submissions, will be shown off on January 1st. Some are entries from eventual Planet Dolan channel artists like McCallum and Sweet Commando. The winner is someone going by Shima Luwan.
It is so simple in design, and yet it is oozing with character. When you look at it up close, you can see the detail in the eye, little hints of the previous Dolan iteration, but still sufficiently different. Shima's DeviantArt is linked down below.
Now, some weren't really fans of this logo, preferring some of the other entries, but to me at least, I really like it. Maybe it's nostalgia, I don't know. Shima's online presence
I never
began
liked that
expanding
one.
in early 2015, uploading some narrations of classic short stories. Many admired her reading voice, including Dolan.
The year was 2081, and everybody was finally equal. They weren't only equal before God and the law, they were equal in every which way. Nobody was smarter than anybody else. Nobody was better looking than anybody else. Nobody was stronger or quicker than anybody else.
In September 2015, Shima would randomly appear in the video 13 Inappropriate Secrets in Kids Shows, alongside Dolan.
He makes a pun about doing a snow job, and then there's Eddie's room, which is the room that parents have nightmares about. Just look at it. Tissues everywhere and innocuous white stuff on Double D's face. In another scene, there's post-it notes everywhere, all over the house, and on one of them it quite clearly says, "Don't touch yourself."
Okay.
At the very end, Dolan gives a
Well.
special announcement.
Danger Dolan, what super secret surprise do you have for us? Well, internet person, allow me to unveil a new YouTube channel, Super Planet Dolan. The new animation initiative featuring Q&As and music videos by Dolan, Shima, and everyone else at Planet Dolan. The
I think I
animators
remember
we have
this.
on board are crazy talented, and they're working full time to bring you a new animation every single week. We'll also have a few music videos, mostly our take on well-known nursery rhymes that our younger audience might get a kick out of. We already have a bunch of videos waiting for you, so come along. Check
I
us
remember
out.
that GIF was
Our channel will
everywhere.
be linked on the screen and in the
Everywhere.
description box below. If you like what you see and you want more, give the new channel a subscribe. Keep checking back to our channel for more content, and as always, have a good one!
So yeah, Shima was now going to co-host a new YouTube channel with Dolan called Super Planet Dolan, and entirely rebranded to her new persona as this pink anthropomorphic cat. She mainly posts blooper videos on her channel from this point forward.
I don't know, every time I start talking into a microphone, I start feeling really, really nervous. Why did the moonshine?
Been there.
Moonshine goes in your glass, and you drink it, and it peels paint off the walls. You won't see straight for 3 days.
Okay.
As said in that announcement, this is strictly an animation channel geared more towards kids, and compared to that main channel, that's quite jarring. It's like if an edgy YouTuber such as Monkey Jones started a kid-oriented channel, though these videos have a decent
is
format
very
to them,
strange.
and are well made. The main series was hosted
Yeah, I've
by
seen a
Dolan
few
and
of them. They
Shima,
were pretty good.
answering various questions, or, well, Shima would. Dolan's role was to act as the dim-witted conspiracy theorist who gives out the wrong answers, sort of like a Pinky and the Brain dynamic.
Why is the sport of football also called soccer?
There is an island in our world that houses a giant alternate reality bubble where nothing makes sense. And we call this place England. Chips are called crisps, a fanny pack is a bum bag, toilet paper is actually a bog roll, and every sport is football. We don't know why.
These videos, just like those on the Danger Dolan channel, did pretty well in views. I mean, some of these videos have tens of millions of views.
Yep.
I can understand why these were made for my financial incentive, as well as creatively. This seems like Dolan's true passion, a project he's now able to do with all the resources he's collected over the past year. He's got various animators and voice actors on board. Along with having lots of popularity at the time, Dolan would soon bring on more characters like Hellbent and Zaragamba, along with newer faces like Pringle the One, Nixium, Melissa, and Doopy Doo-Over. The channel
Man,
was
I
also able
remember
to get a
all
few
of
guest
those.
stars as well. One of the most surprising is Boogie2988, yes,
Huh?
the king of lolcows. Now this was before we knew how much of a shitty human being he was.
That was a... yeah. That is one of the most unexpected collaborations I've ever seen. Like, that is a Scooby-Doo level collaboration. If you don't get that, watch the new Scooby-Doo movies. They have a new collaboration literally every single episode.
So I guess this made sense back in 2016.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Boogie2988, coming at you live once again through the power of the internet, and today I'll be the one reading out the questions and the answers.
I'm Danger Dolan, and I'm here to blow your mind with truth.
Though even more surprising is that Moist Critical guest starred in an episode.
Moist Critical? What? How did I not know that? Okay.
I'm sure most of you know who this guy is. He's
Everyone
a pretty
knows
popular
him.
commentary and gaming YouTuber with over 16 million subscribers. I actually became a fan of his all the way back in late 2015 due to his appearance on Super Planet Dolan. This is surprising because this dude is the complete opposite of family friendly, especially back then when his videos were like this.
Beef testosterone is just a man's man. The UFC was a flaccid penis until beef hit the scene, and now it is an erect 10-inch long penis. Here we go, let's touch gloves. Sign of respect. Come on, touch my glove. You fell for it, pussy fart. Oh, fuck! Blasted! Get on him. Oh yeah, now we're fucking cooking. You did order the beef. Well done, didn't you? Well, I'm giving you extra rare. There it fucking is. That's not just a KO.
I love how this guy says, especially back then, as if Charlie has changed at all. He still does these, like, bizarre, like, comparisons, like, lines of thought. It's all still there.
That man is dead.
Maybe
So on December 1st,
slightly less, but
2015, he
still
made his
it's
first
there.
appearance on Planet Dolan with the video, "Do Fish Ever Get Thirsty?"
Hello there. My name is Shima, and I'll be reading out the questions and answers.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm here to imbue my wisdom all over you like a gentle summer breeze. Let's do this shit.
So this was before Charlie did a face reveal, and this look of Charlie being a mysterious hooded figure was seemingly designed by Pymations a few months prior. His appearance here is super jarring, but that only makes it funnier.
What's the slowest
Yeah, that's
animal
very
on Earth?
odd.
A pet rock. I asked a rock to fetch a stick around 2 days ago, but oh no. No, it's too good for that. Well, sorry if it's cutting into your busy rock schedule. You know what my mistake was? I didn't book an appointment with the rock. No, please, don't hurt me.
Charlie would appear
That's so stupid. It's like, it's so weird. I've never seen him in that context before. I rarely see him act. I know he was he voiced a character recently, and I can't remember what the show was. It was some really popular show. I think it was Invincible. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm not used to hearing him voice act, and especially like not seeing his face when all that stuff's when he's saying what he's saying.
again on the main channel a little
And
over a
hearing
year
him-
later, helping
hearing
to
him say
narrate a
anything clean
miniseries
is
of
also
fanfiction
weird.
readings. The whole gist is that these guys would read off sexually perverse stories about each other, one of them being between Hellbent and Charlie.
Pop B and the demon were married now, and so was Dolan and Hellbent. Critical cries horn. I mean home.
I'm just the outcast of this story.
I'm moving in your turf.
Just a love triangle, and I'm just a fucking loser in every regard.
That's more like it.
Dude, I have AIDS. It's alright, man.
Yeah, you have level 1000 AIDS. That's like
Everybody's gonna feel bad for you. It's not as bad as like being a freak, a lame.
the person who wrote this is in the Discord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you hate me?
Listen, I give you so much.
She's like your biggest fan.
I guess it's like a coming of age story, and I just get cool at the end.
Charlie would also voice Shima in the previously mentioned video about Pipe Attack.
I will end this existence for my beloved Pipe Attack, even though he did not love me back, because the angst consumes me.
His final collaboration of Dolan was in mid-2019, around the time his own channel started taking off in
19?
the mainstream. He's definitely the biggest YouTuber to have ever worked with Dolan, and not just once, but multiple times.
That's so bizarre to me, because to think Charlie was kind of like a, one-off kind of whatever collaboration is insane considering his modern popularity. I guess it's just weird for me because I'm so used to him being super popular, and it's weird to think that there was a time not so long ago where he wasn't.
Now, the rebrand was pretty subtle over on the main channel, with Shima, Zeragamba, and Hellbent frequently narrating more and more videos, and the newer narrators would slowly roll in towards the beginning of 2016. Now, I'm not that fond of them, but objectively, they're good narrators. Nixium was a less comedic Hellbent, who mainly narrated horror lists. Melissa and Doopy would fill Shima's role on the channel as the calming female narrator, and Prinkle was the most comedic of the bunch. The list videos definitely got shorter and more clickbaity, leading to some criticism by longtime fans. Dolan would address this in March of 2016 with an update video.
A lot of you have been complaining about the quality of our countdowns lately, like how some voice actors haven't been delivering lines properly, and some topics just simply aren't that interesting to watch. And you know what? I totally agree. We are listening to your feedback, and we can do better, but it's going to take time, it won't happen overnight. We're doing everything we can behind the scenes to turn things around, and we could always use your feedback. So hopefully we can re-earn your trust and reward all the subscribers who have stuck with us since the beginning with some awesome content. It was only about 2 years ago that this channel really took off, seemingly overnight, and ever since then all the videos combined have generated about 1 million views every day. And that's a lot of people. An unimaginable amount.
I forget how
and it is scary.
this channel is so
Convey what
popular.
I mean? But just imagine you're playing games of football with your mates with maybe a couple of people watching. But then you show up to the field one day and now a stadium full of people are watching you, judging you, shouting things at you, and you've had no time to prepare for it. No idea what person to listen to over the waves of noise. You're now hyper aware of every mistake you're making, and it'll descend into jeers if you're not putting out 100%. And even when you do perform well after that, the jeers continue regardless, and not just at you, but your whole team, to the point where nobody even wants to play anymore.
By this time, the Planet Dolan channel, as it was now called, was uploading a video per day, explaining why there was a shift in quality in the first place. In this video, Dolan also mentions how having a team around him has reignited his passion, explaining that this collaborative effort led him to rebranding the channel. He'd actually end up rebranding his original gaming channel to Danger Dolan, with him continuing to upload regular gaming lists until early 2018. Dolan also answers what his future plans are for YouTube.
So for the animation channel, which once again I am super invested in, we're doing a storytelling series because we're hoping to one day, maybe, possibly, potentially, nothing promised, do a cartoon, like a full-blown production one. But there are all kinds of issues with that. Like, let me just tell you that to do a high-quality series like that, I mean, if we can't even put one countdown out a week that's high quality, can you imagine working on a cartoon with an episode that takes you months, that costs like probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce, and then you put it out there and it only earns back like a fraction? Like, you'd be broke within
thousands
minutes.
of dollars.
Following this video, Dolan and the crew had released an April Fool's video, which pokes fun at the recent list videos they have been making.
Hey guys, I have an important announcement. Now, obviously I wasn't going to manage this channel forever. I've recently struck up a deal with Hellbent and Shima, and now they will earn 100% of this channel. This wasn't an easy decision for me or anything like that, as you would be aware.
Okay,
But
this is not
I
the
did recently
video I was
apply
thinking
to
about. They did
a website called
they did a different
feed, and they did accept. So I hope
They
you
did a
guys
different-
enjoy this new channel. It's
I can't
actually
think right
going
now.
to be called Danger Dolan at yahoo.penis/hellbent from now on. I hope you guys can adapt to this change. I know I'm pretty excited.
They did a
about
different
all the stuff that's happening.
April Fool's
Don't be
video that was
upset. Hellbent
objectively
came to
bad
present
animation.
10 random facts about life that will blow your mind. Number 3 will shock you, gone sexual.
This to me is what makes them stand out from other list channels. They're self-aware. They're self-aware and legitimately want to improve the mediocre quality of their recent content. Though before we get to that, let's talk about one of the more interesting new characters in this story, Doopy. Doopy
Again,
is a YouTube animator who began
I've
her
never...
channel.
I don't think I've ever seen her face. I've seen her
Back in
character, but not her
2013.
face.
Her animations quickly caught some people's attention, allowing her to reach over 100,000 subscribers. Obviously, her appearance on both Planet Dolan channels helped her in this regard, though she was also a regular on the Lazy Cast podcast, hosted by Joltoid. Doopy would also do a face reveal in late 2015, before her first appearance on Planet Dolan.
Hi everyone! So, it's me, Doopy. This is the real me. Yeah.
Obviously, she grew an army of simps, as she was the perfect queen for parasocial autistic guys to grow attached to, including the most documented man on the internet.
I have the power!
What?
Feel my wrath!
Chris Chan became a fan of...
What? What was that? And yeah, he was really just putting it all out there, like, okay. She reminds me of, like, old Rosanna Pansino, kind of. You know, before she became the you-know-what she is now. Like, very, just very, like, bubbly, happy, very nice, seemingly.
Planet Dolan around mid-2016, soon growing attached to Doopy. He'd make strange remarks to her on Twitter, leading to his trolls trying to warn Doopy of his past. Doopy was well aware of Chris, even mentioning him on LazyCast.
Did you see the picture of Chris Chan where he's got his face covered with his hair?
Yes.
And it's like, make sure not to blind yourself or some shit like that. He's just got it like crossed over his face. Oh man.
Chris Chan.
What a person.
Oh, yeah.
In response, Doopy made this tweet. I've been following the Chris Chan saga since the beginning. I know everything that they've done. And yeah, it's pretty shitty. but what other people have done to him/her has been pretty shitty too. I'm also just not the type of person to turn someone away when they're being nothing but kind to me. It may be a show, but I'm not emotionally invested in this enough to really care. They paid me to do a commission, and is a patron on my Patreon, and as a woman of business, I'm going to treat him/her as every other commissioner and patron. Here, Doopy also mentions how Chris has a habit of paying money for art, even trying to buy not safe for work art. And yeah, Doopy does that. It'll make more sense later. He paid for this, despite
Not
being in a
surprised at
financial
that.
crisis after burning his house down.
Huh? Whoa,
Even
what
trying
the?
to buy not safe for work art. And yeah, Doopy does that. It'll
That makes a lot of sense.
make more sense later. He paid for this,
No, it
despite
makes
being in a
perfect sense.
financial crisis after burning his house down. The breaking point was when Chris started referring to her as darling, despite knowing she wasn't single. She'd block him,
Oh,
and Chris
that's
tried
really
to interact
creepy.
with her through sock puppet accounts. He sent her an apology fan art, leading her to reply, "I told you to leave me alone. It's not the troll's fault. I'm not interested in being friends with you. Also, making a second account is even worse. Just move on." Chris then started tweeting about
Yeah.
LazyCast, though Doopy simply ignored him.
That was a really weird sidetrack. I did not know about any of that. That's okay, yeah, that's really weird.
In mid-2016, a new series was launched on the Planet Dolan channel, Reddit Stories. Here, one of the channel's many narrators would read off stories posted to Reddit, with the characters being one of many PD characters. The final story would usually be one from the narrator themselves. These are mainly animated slideshows.
This was my favorite. This was my favorite series of them. I watched pretty much every single one of these videos.
Opening up the potential for shocking and weird thumbnails. This helped them do incredibly well, with some having around 10 million views. On August 31st, 2016, the channel reached 5 million subscribers, doing a massive Q&A livestream to celebrate. Dolan himself appeared with Pringle, Hellbent, and various crew members like Hellbent's at the time girlfriend, Pandora. They of course talk a lot about the growth of the channel, with Dolan answering all contested questions.
My name, Danger Dolan, it was originally the DD Guides, and that DD stood for Double Dragon. And at the time I was like, man, this is horribly copyright inducing. So I literally left it as DD.
Horribly copyright inducing.
And then I decided in my wise days to base it on a dumbass meme based on Donald Duck. And then I just added the word danger because that totally avoids copyright, you know what I mean?
Danger.
Yeah, and that's it. And now I have to live with this shame. Thank you for reminding me.
Well, the danger is from the copyright.
At least it's not Danger Pepe.
They briefly talk about the future direction of the channel, being seemingly optimistic.
We have pictures of Watch Mojo here, like posters up on our walls, like this is the aim. So we decided to change to one countdown a day at the start of the year, just to see how we go. And I'm pretty sure we handled it pretty well. We might have days where we miss out on it. But, you know, we did our best to kind of maintain the quality as best we can. It's really tough doing like a video per day. And we've got other channels as well, like the
How do you manage? I don't know how you manage quality on a video per day. I can't manage quality on a video per month.
And then of course we got the gaming channel. We're just
Then
doing
again,
lots
I'm a
of
one-man
stuff,
crew, so
My
well,
answer is
no, I'm not
Private
at
Tank
all.
is mentioned earlier.
I don't know why I said I'm a one-man crew. I'm far from a one-man crew. I have like 5 people working with me behind the scenes. Some of which you guys don't even know about yet.
On, with his disappearance being an obvious joke to the crew.
Well, the truth is, that was back when I was new to the show, and when I saw Pipe Attack there, I was kind of worried for my job security, so I had him dealt with. Had my job, concrete. Was sure that I wasn't going to be replaced by a better actor.
Now we have
Then
Pringle.
came along, and I tried to kill him like a dozen times. I mean,
Didn't work
I can't
out,
take
though.
care of him, but
He fucking
he's
breakdanced
slippery.
to victory.
Though another disappearance is finally acknowledged, that of Dolan's co-host, Shima Luan.
Where's Shima?
Yeah.
Where is Shima? She's meant to be in this call today. Shima, you're
Yeah.
late if you're
She
watching.
totally keeps, she never accepts our calls. It's so unfair. For people that are wondering, we don't really know where Shima is at the moment, unfortunately. She vanished a couple of months ago, but we know that she's safe, and we're just not 100% sure on where she is at the moment. Hoping she'll come back though.
And she never did.
Some attentive fans have taken note of how few and far between Shima's appearances have been since spring of 2016. Her final appearance would be on September 25th in the Super Planet Dolan video, Do Penguins Have Knees?
Hey guys, this episode was the last appearance by Shima. We
I remember
recorded
this.
around
I watched
about
this.
March, and it's been in production since then. Now a lot of you have been asking, where Shima's been. She hasn't been on Twitter or her own channel or anything like that. And the simple answer is we don't really know either. We know that she's safe, but
how do you know
stopped
that?
Talking to pretty much everyone, so unfortunately she won't be appearing in any more episodes. At least at this point, we don't think she will be. I would just like
she
to
didn't.
politely ask everyone
Did
to
she?
respect their privacy.
Were her
If you see
whereabouts
any other
ever made
comments on
public?
Other videos asking where Shima, just let them know that
I don't.
we're not really
not sure.
And if we do hear from her again, I have sent her multiple messages, then we will let you guys know. We're really hoping to work with Shima again. She's a really amazing person. She's an amazing artist. And she's a really good friend of mine. And it really sucks that we haven't heard from her. That's about it. If you want any more information about this, always feel free to send me a message on Twitter. My handle is the DD Guides. It's on screen now. As a personal request to you guys, I would not advise asking all of us where Shima is. It's been really hard on us. We do really miss her a lot. Anyway, that's it. We've got more episodes of Super Planet Dolan coming regardless. We now have Melissa and Doopy and quite a big cast of Planet Dolan now, so we're going to keep swapping people in and out and just have a bit of fun. Anyway, later guys. Stay safe.
It really is seemingly... It's weird how... It kind of sad. This guy, like, I guarantee you, Dolan probably felt like he had the world in the palm of his hand. He had everything he could have ever wanted, and it was, he'd achieved his dreams, and it was right there in his grasps, and it was going great for a while, but then slowly, one by one, it started to drip away, as if he was holding ice, and eventually the ice melted, and there was nothing left.
Shima has stopped appearing elsewhere too. She used to appear on Hellbent's live streams, and uploaded semi-regularly until April 2016 with our 50,000 sub Q&A video.
Once we get to 100,000, or not, whichever, I really hope that I get to do another one of these. Where, I don't know, maybe I'll talk about something else, I'm not quite sure. But, thank you so much, all of you, for listening, for being wonderful, for being who you are. So, I guess this is where I sign off. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.
Her profile picture changed to this, weirdly enough. So, what exactly happened to her? Well, Dolan decided to make a full video discussing this topic a year later, where he seems a bit more unsure than last time.
But I'm going to reiterate, we don't know where she is. She just vanished off the internet one day. I really hope she's okay, but, none of us have heard from her. And look, she has done this before, when we get guest appearances on for SPD, that's because she'd vanished for 3 months at a time without warning, and so we'd really have to scramble, because she was, one of our key writers, our key co-star, and it sucked. There's not much you can do at that stage, I did my best to keep things going.
Now, many theories spread it up to explain what happened to her. The problem was that the evidence for these theories are created by crazed Planet Dolan fans, like Fancy Potato, who made an entire ARG to explain what happened to her. There were also rumors that she died, with a dead link leading to a non-existent obituary. More reasonable theories suggested that she simply left the internet, possibly due to her getting doxxed, or having to deal with the fact that gooners were drawing suggestive fan art of her.
Okay.
Though the latter seems unlikely.
That makes a lot of sense.
Since she said this in a different Q&A.
Did you know that people are drawing adult art of Shima? Yes, I'm aware. Kinda hard not to be. It doesn't really bother me since I don't go looking for it. Since Shima is, in a way, an extension of myself, it's kind of weird seeing her portrayed in such a way. However, I know that for some people this is their way of showing appreciation for the character, and besides, this is the internet. The only thing I ask is that if you find links to those adult images, please do not post them either here or on Super Planet Dolan. Kids do watch these channels, and I don't want to inadvertently expose them to such things. Please?
That's fair. Yeah, that's completely fair.
What most likely happened was that Shima felt pressured by the online notoriety she received, and decided to quietly leave Planet Dolan. Much of the confusion seems to come with the fact that Dolan didn't word things perfectly in his second response. He seems to know she's okay, but can't 100% confirm that without Shima herself saying it. This was addressed in a 2020 interview YouTuber Scares Theater did with Jamcat, someone who apparently worked at Planet Dolan.
It's a little difficult to comment on someone without directly doxing them. Like, we hope she's okay. People like latched onto that as, oh, something's wrong. And it's like, but as you said, you know, we know she's safe. Well, that's because people in the Dolan crew know where she, you know, lives. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to be direct about exactly what's going on without being too forthcoming to internet weirdos who would obsess about it. So, I mean, I think...
Okay, so it was left intentionally
a lot of people
ambiguous.
latched on to that too hard, where they're like, because of this one sentence, that's all the validation I need to start my whole crazy conspiracy theory.
She's not technically missing. It's just that any additional information gathered from this point forward would invade Shima's privacy, and should be discouraged. It's still a difficult situation, though, with one of the main faces of the channel being absent. Sure, there were other narrators, but the...
My question is, why didn't she just, like, come out and say, hey, you know, I've had a lot of fun doing this, you know, it's been great, I'm really happy about the fans, I hate to disappoint them, but I just decided to go in a different direction with my life. So that I don't understand, like, you know, that would be perfectly, like, you know, would give away any information, but still it would give the fans some sort of closure. And I think that was the big problem, is that fans didn't get closure with this.
The only other one as recognizable was
left
Hellbent. Now,
it was
Shima
left so
wasn't the
ambiguous.
cause of Planet Dolan's eventual downfall, but was definitely a factor.
Shift in quality.
On October 26, 2016, a new update video is posted to the Planet Dolan channel. Here, Dolan talks about how YouTube's recent changes have affected his videos. Having to focus on frequency and watch time has clearly made them dip in quality.
So we've been doing a lot of fact countdowns, and we feel they've had their fucking run, mate. Alright? You know, we made a video not too long ago talking about how the quality of our videos diminished and we're trying to improve them. Yeah, we tried. We tried to improve them, and it's fucking tough when you have to cater to a video per day format. So instead of trying to bash our head against a brick wall, we want to work on some new formats in addition to fact videos.
I'm glad
so
that era of like daily content is over.
Every so often, we've had a chance to polish it up.
That was a
bit,
nightmare.
make it snazzy. But we don't want to flood you guys, the audience, with them anymore, right? I'm pretty sick of them myself, so I imagine you guys are pretty sick of them too.
These new formatted videos include the Reddit stories, the fanfiction readings, and potential AMAs. Videos are still doing well going into 2017, with Dolan launching a book, a mobile game, and he got married to Gooby. Though things weren't all good, as the recent adpocalypse that hit them as
interesting. I didn't even know they were together.
Especially hard, potentially even causing Dolan to shut down the animation channel.
If you still want to see Super Planet Dolan, if you still want to see our scripted animations or any music videos, any of the elaborate stuff that, you know, we want to do, like we've always talked about doing storytelling, you know, a canon episodic series. That's always been the intention since the channel was born. At this stage, we just really need your help. You know, we still got crowdfunding up, we have our Patreon page, and we've added some new rewards to basically all the tiers. We have an incentive up. If we have 1,000 patrons, we will absolutely be able to do comics, you know, be it storytelling or just some funny comics.
That summer, he did attend VidCon Australia and even got to speak on a panel.
Then the next day I got up and did a panel about forming a company on YouTube, and it was a panel with Ian from Smosh, Tom from the Roundabout Crew, Dirty, Anne from How to Cook That, and Steph from Game Theory, and that turned out to actually be a lot of fun. But easily the best part was just meeting the fans who were just coming up to our booth constantly. Yeah, because we don't put our faces out there, as soon as they put 2 and 2 together by looking at the posters, it was a ton of fun, and because it was so successful, I think that they're going to do another VidCon in Australia next year, so hoping to attend that too.
In this same video, he mentions the massive amount of support the animation channel is now receiving, with fans really pulling through via donations.
Now for those who don't know, on the Super Planet Dolan channel we had a video talking about how with the YouTube apocalypse things were starting to get a little bit out of control. It got to the point where we had about a month or 2 left before we were just going to stop videos on that channel because we just didn't have enough to pay the animators and all that. But
man, this is a lot sadder than I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be some like big, like, you know, shocking event that, you know, like cut them off from being able to make stuff, but no, it just seems to like, it seems to be a slow trickle down. Like it was a combination of, you know, the crew leaving or, you know, being forced to leave and the YouTube landscape changing. It's really rather unfortunate. That's such a nerdy way of saying it. Rather unfortunate. I'm gonna not say that anymore. It's sad. It's really sad.
And oh my god, the support we got on Patreon saved the channel. It did, absolutely. We are incredibly thankful for that. That was amazing. You guys came in like at the midnight hour and just saved it. So it means we can continue doing the content that we're currently doing and hopefully work on something new over time. We are working on big projects in the background, and that's only because we got that support. So again, thank you guys.
The views would start to dip on the main channel though, with newer
Yeah.
series like Dolan's movie reviews failing to impress fans. The lists in particular would struggle to reach 100,000 views, though the Reddit stories kept things afloat. It slowly developed into a dumpster fire, a pale imitation of its former self. I stopped watching by mid-2018, and I'm sure many others did too. It just wasn't special anymore. All they had left were shocking and absurd thumbnails. The Super
Yeah.
Punnet Dolan channel would upload less and less, occasionally experimenting with more linear storytime videos, though Dolan seemingly had hope, uploading a video announcing plans for a new cartoon series in 2020.
This hasn't quite happened yet. We've made edutainment videos, we've done music, we've done a visual novel, a book, a video game. We dance around cartoons, but we don't touch them, because YouTube isn't quite there yet to support them. Don't get me wrong, it's close, and there's lots of animation on YouTube, but not quite there for cartoons. We would love to make things with longevity, focusing on original characters and brands like a film or a TV show or a cartoon that have rewatchability, a new or even an existing IP, completely separate from Planet Dolan.
That would have been so cool to see.
By the time COVID
Man,
came
I wish
along
he had the
around,
chance to
pretty
do
much
that.
nobody was watching Dolan's newer content. Crew members slowly stopped appearing, with Doopy making an official announcement on July 2nd, 2020. She wrote, "Thank you,
Man.
Planet Dolan, for everything. These past few years have been life-changing, and I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to work with you all. Thank you to the fans for all of your love and support. I hope you'll continue to support me going forward." So what has she been up to now?
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get into the stuff that was mentioned earlier now. But this whole thing is just it's just so sad. And I hate to be so silent during what's supposed to be a reaction, but I don't know what to say because it's just depressing. And it makes me even more sad because I could see myself in this situation. I don't know, man.
Oh, porn. She's an OnlyFans girl now. She broke up
Oh, okay.
with her fiance, got into a brief squabble with LazyCast, and now begs for money on Twitter.
Wow. Wow, she's really hit the bottom of the barrel now.
I would continue making fun of her for this, but it's all kind of sad. Super
Yeah.
Punnet Dolan was stopped uploading in November 2020, and the main channel followed suit in May 2021. People barely noticed, at least until I stepped in. In November 2021, I released the video, The Rise and Fall of Danger Dolan. It of course caught a lot of people's attention, including various crew members. Hellbent's left a comment, but it's been deleted, sadly. Not sure why, but it might have something to do with the recent allegations.
So I haven't put out a video in ages, and I have a video up on my Super Planet Dolan channel talking about what I've been working on for the last couple of years. So we've made a lot of amazing stuff at Planet Dolan, but we've also clearly lost our way with the kind of content we're putting out. I originally set up this channel back in 2014, and a lot of you guys originally subscribed for the top 15 countdowns, and those were really fun for a while. I was writing and editing and voicing all of those. But 2014 was ages ago, and since then you just run out of topics. It's once you bring in other writers to help you out, it's hard to quality check the scripts, and basically the format was pretty done of something that you can constantly put out. So then I created a new format called Reddit Stories, featuring the Planet Dolan characters that was meant to supplement the countdowns, and originally those were really good. Those were really fun to make. And I think you guys quite enjoyed them too, but it's just over time, same problem as the countdowns. You guys aren't super into watching those anyway, so it became kind of a tired format that just kept going. right up until 2020, and that's when I really got busy with Destruna. I've had quite a long break because of Destruna now, and I pretty much needed it, definitely. So all those formats have become pretty stale. I'm interested in exploring some new things now. If any of you guys are interested actually in the history of the channel and Planet Dolan and all that, there's a video by Rob's Media that's done really well, and it's surprisingly accurate about the whole history of the channel. I was expecting it to be a video bashing the channel and everything, but it actually turned out to be really accurate, and the comments below were really wholesome as well. So it was nice to see that so many people had really fond memories of everything that we've created.
Here, Dolan mentions Destruna, a project he has been hinting at since 2020. This is the big cartoon series he had been working on, though it never fully worked out.
Man.
A few days before this update video came out, Dolan released a video talking about the failure of Destruna. He mentions that this project is why he stopped uploading, as this genuinely was a passion project for him.
So, after my 2019 video about making a cartoon, I decided to invest every dollar I have and build a team to develop Destruna into an animated series.
Oh no.
The plan was always to release this onto streaming platforms as opposed to YouTube, which isn't really the best platform for developing whole seasons of a cartoon. So this led to me pitching to Netflix, Crunchyroll, Cartoon Network, HBO, Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, and Amazon. So in the pitch, I mentioned I've written and produced content on YouTube for millions of subscribers with over 2 billion lifetime views. I've headlined appearances at some of the biggest conventions across Australia, including VidCon, Supernova, and MadFest. So I'm ready to take my animated content to the next level. The question is, were we successful? Did we get the green light to make the whole show?
Oh, why did he pour everything into it? It didn't work out.
So
No, Dolan,
finding its
whoa,
origins
why?
in the launch of this channel,
I'm so
Super Planet
sorry.
Dolan. The last couple of years have been an absolute roller coaster, starting with nothing but a script.
Dolan then goes through the process of making Destruna, from the writing, to the designing, to the animation process. But then, COVID happened.
So, in a seething case of irony, after working from home on YouTube for 7 years straight, Melbourne, Australia suffered the worst, strictest, and longest lockdown in the world. So by April 2020, our office was deserted, 1 month after we signed the lease and had begun work. For 2 years straight, we would work from home, then briefly be back in the office, then ping pong back home. It crippled our productivity and it damaged morale, but we never gave up during this. In fact, the mere creation of the pilot is a solid testament to the tenacity and the ingenuity of the team.
Now, the most surprising part of this pilot is the voice cast. Dolan got Sarah Ann Williams, David Hayter, and Tom Felton. Yeah, Draco Malfoy is in a frickin' Danger Dolan production. Oh,
that's
and Dolan
weird.
mentions wanting to get Charlie to voice a character if future episodes were to be made. Though Dolan got word
He's
that
too popular
Tulip,
for that
one of
now.
his writers, passed away in April 2021. Once the pilot was finished,
Wait, what?
To get Charlie to voice a character if future episodes were to be made. Though Dolan got word that Tulip, one of his writers, passed away in April 2021.
That name sounds so familiar, but I can't remember who it was. I know that was a character. Let me look that up, see if it'll jog my memory. Yeah, oh, okay, I remember that. I remember now. Passed away. Wow, that is... Every time I think it couldn't get any more sad, it just keeps getting more sad. Like, this poor guy. He didn't do anything wrong. He suffered the cruel fate of life.
Once the pilot was finished, Dolan and the crew spent months pitching it to various streaming platforms to, sadly, no avail. Much of this had to do with how small the crew was, as it was not an official production, and this led to money issues.
So before now, the bank had always been happy to offer loans knowing that we planned to pitch to platforms. But now they pulled the rug out. Our last request for a loan top-up to take us the full 6 months was denied. The expense of running an office and keeping everyone employed is steep, even with a small team. And worse still, another lockdown had begun, and this one was the biggest one yet. 4 or 5 months, just endless. So the clock is ticking. Thankfully, We still had options, but things were getting dicey. You know, we had to sell Destruna by the end of the year or we are done. So each month becomes more desperate than the last.
Voice actress Christina V tried to link Dolan to Netflix Australia, though they never got back to him. Dolan had to shut down his new company, giving his employees a 2-week notice.
I decided to make a decision to just sell my house. I ordered boxes to pack up everything, just couldn't hold on anymore. I could have held on a little bit longer, but I was like, this isn't worth it. I'd already been umming and ahhing about this for ages now, and no words can really describe how disheartening it is to see just the morale flatline to this extent. You know, the only light on the horizon is the potential for a Destruna deal with a platform, you know, like Netflix. Otherwise, it feels like all of this was for nothing. So I moved out of my house officially and moved to an apartment, which was just very depressing. I mean, we were finally out of lockdown, yay, but our office was empty now because no one could keep working, so it was pretty meaningless. And yeah, things have been free since then, but we still just couldn't go back, so.
It's a really depressing video that never ends with a happy ending. Dolan is worse off because of this project.
This all sounds like a fun underdog story where like you're sure to win and like sure to succeed and everything, like through all this hardship, but life really isn't that way. And being stuck in debt and having the last 2 years wasted doesn't really sound great to me, but you know, at this point I'm obsessively checking my phone for emails every day, hopefully from Netflix. I can't sleep, you know, I keep rolling over and I'm looking at my phone imagining to get an email that says congratulations, or it might be like, we like it, but we're gonna pass. Yeah, if the pitch is unsuccessful, we don't really get a second shot. Platforms don't let you come back with the same idea. That would be it for Destruna. You know, we all have to move on, and it really all comes down to this. It comes down to whether or not we're greenlit.
Wow.
Now at the end of the Destruna video,
I hope something...
Dolan announces his next plan, becoming a VTuber.
So now that I'm more free, I've got some VTubing content coming out immediately, using the same technology as Destruna. The plan was always to return to YouTube when Destruna became more self-sustaining, but if we're being told we can't work on that, then so be it. You know, I'll put all my work and attention into a platform that doesn't need permission to post content.
These VTube videos are extensively reaction videos of Dolan's VTube avatar on the corner of the screen. It's like Sniper Wolf, but only slightly better.
What do you do with this? And they have like a whole knife embedded in it. How do you drink this? I can barely even look at it. It's so intimidating. Do you eat it or do you drink it?
But the main difference between the two...
Okay, that was so stiff and lifeless. I say that as a two-dimensional character that just bobs up and down, but like, I have some expression. That was, like, my expression is not as not. I was gonna say obnoxious, but that's kind of the opposite of obnoxious. You can barely even tell what's going on.
It was Leah's appeal. Her annoying voice appeals to kids, and her looks appeal to gooners. Dolan has neither here. He seems to mainly be relying on the YouTube algorithm and his old fan base. What hurt these chances is that after about a week of doing this, Dolan moved to an entirely new channel called PDV, and he unlisted the VTuber videos that were on his main channel. Despite making YouTube shorts and posting significantly, this venture failed to catch on.
So here we see an old man that has been photoshopped to become an egg. So to achieve true Zen, to become a wise old man, you must become the egg. It's what we all aspire to become one day. Not me though. I like not being an egg.
While the channel did gain around 19,000 subscribers, most of its videos failed to surpass that. After April 2022, the channel stopped, with the description claiming that this was an experiment of some sort. Definitely a failed experiment, I have to say. In late 2022, Dolan would announce a second season of Super Planet Dolan, with it featuring a brand new co-host, Darlink.
Dolan has awakened to find the Planet Dolan crew have gone missing, and the mysterious presence of a new character, Darlink, here to answer all of his burning questions.
You overslept, Mr. D, for a long, long time.
I checked the frickin' I checked the channel and I saw this character and I was like, wait, who's this? Is this some new chick that Dolan's dating that he's turned into a character? Not knowing he was married, obviously, but that makes sense now. So that's who that is.
How long has it been?
It's been 2 years.
Oh, Oh yeah, that's about average for me.
Now, a big draw for this new season was the mystery elements, with Dolan slowly but surely figuring out where the other crew members were. Also, he needs to find out who exactly this Starlink person is. Now, most of the crew had moved on at this point, so this was just an in-universe way to explain their absence. Most of these episodes failed to attract any attention, besides the ones mentioning Shima. Dolan decided to make a new video addressing her disappearance, though not much new information was given. It was just a more thorough explanation of the old drama, with Hellbent making a guest appearance.
Hellbent? Where's Shima?
I have no idea. I didn't chop her into pieces and bury her in my backyard, that's for sure.
What?
I said I don't know where she is!
The only interesting thing to note is an email that Shima had left him after her first brief disappearance.
She talks about how she was having a bit of family life trouble that caused her to put a pause on work. She's been hesitant to mention it because she didn't know what is or isn't appropriate to discuss socially in the workplace that might explain her absence. In times of stress, Shima's natural reaction is to fall in on herself and close off from everyone. She says that she really wants to keep working with me and everyone else at Planet Dolan, that nothing this good or amazing has ever happened to her, and she's trying to correct her bad habits to not screw the opportunity over. She says sorry, and she'll do her best to make up for it.
A year later, Dolan decided to bring back the Shima character of a new voice actress, going by Shima Prime.
Hello there. My name is Shima, the pink cat from Planet Dolan. It's been a while, hasn't it? You're probably wondering where I've been all this time, and...
Can you do that, like, from a legal standpoint? Also, I don't know, well, from a legal standpoint, that's iffy. From a moral standpoint, I think that's also weird. Because, like, it feels like you're trying to resurrect a corpse. Like, just let it be what it is, and move on. Don't try and grasp for your old straws to gain some popularity. I'm sorry.
What happened to my
I don't
voice?
like this.
To be honest, I've actually wondered the same thing. I guess it's a bit of a long story.
The decision was met with mixed to positive reception, though it didn't have the impact Dolan was hoping for. A new channel was launched with this new Shima character, gaining nearly 40,000 subs, though it hasn't uploaded in almost a year.
Man,
Same
he's
with the Super
really
Planet Dolan
trying
channel,
everything.
with its last upload being on January 20th, 2024. Dolan has yet to give any updates since then, as his Twitter account has been inactive since late 2023. It's unknown what happened, though reading the comments of this last video make it clear that this may have something to do with the allegations regarding Hellbent.
Okay, well, now we're getting into the tough stuff. You've been warned. I'm only going to give this warning once. And we're going to get into it.
On February 21st, 2024, a former crew member of Planet Dolan came forward with accusations against Hellbent. Mandy, who previously went by Sharpie, was 15 years old at the time she started talking of Hellbent, who was at least in his 30s. Now her thread is long, so I'll mainly be reading the important posts. The first is in response to a now deleted post, asking people about their last relationship. I was groomed by a YouTuber / voice actor named Hellbent. I tried to take some sort of legal action, but nothing ever came from it. I'm heavily damaged from it because it started when I was 16 and ended when I was 22. I can assure you as well this isn't made up. You can ask me for evidence. But like I said, nothing's come from it, so I doubt it'll ever be taken care of. He's an abusive manipulator and I hate him. He ruined a good 5 years of my life and I'll never be the same again. The first screenshot she shares shows Hellbent talking to her friend after Sharpie left him. Hellbent debates the intricacies of the age of consent, which is a massive red flag. Oh, and he admits that he loved her when she was 17. In another set of Discord messages, Hellbent tries to establish boundaries, clearly in regards to flirting. I want to slap my dick all over your face and... Ugh, dude, what the fuck? She's 16, you freak. He blocked me a while back too, and the second screenshot is him being a weird creep to my best friend in order to manipulate them against me at the time, which was May 2022. Hellbent also lies about my age there as well as what happened between us sexually. The last messages I received from him never replied back. Then next, here's him being a creep to my friends Katie and Manila post-breakup. Here he's begging for mercy, seemingly admitting guilt. Now this evidence is pretty damning, but what's even more damning is Hellbent's response, or lack thereof. Literally the day these posts came out, Hellbent has stopped posting on the internet. No more tweets, no more streams, and no more YouTube videos. He's just done, and it's probably for the best. It's so weird seeing all the little hints, like this bizarre interaction from late 2016, and her announcing their relationship around the time she would have turned 18. Here's a screenshot from a phone call they had around the same time. Hellbent is done. Bro just had to raise up teenagers. He took the route of Dr. Disrespect. Sad to see. At
Alright,
this
what's
point,
this part?
Punit Dolan is dead. It's most likely
Yeah.
not coming back, with multiple recent failures under their belt, along with one of the brand's biggest names being outed as a pedophile. Deep down, this all really saddens me. Danger Dolan was one of the first YouTube channels I watched regularly. Dolan himself posted consistently,
upsets me
bringing in
too.
loads of new viewers that would stick around. The expansion to Punit Dolan made sense, but I think the changes were too sudden and drastic. Within a 6-month period, Danger Dolan went from a typical list channel to a multi-channel company that did animated videos. The amount of narrators doubled, making the brand feel less personal. It wasn't just some dude talking about weird facts, it was a whole ass team. I think the first few additional narrators are great, but by 2016, things got excessive. By the time Punit Dolan reached 5 million subs and Shima had departed, many weren't as interested in the channel. Where would it go from here? Dolan did try some new things, but by 2018 the low views drove many away. This led to Dolan trying something completely different, making an animated series separate from his channels. When this failed, Dolan had to go back to doing YouTube. This also failed because most subscribers were inactive and had no interest in the brand anymore. The YouTube ecosystem had changed significantly by then. People aren't as down to watch animated fact videos or boring VTube reaction videos. If they did, there were other channels who did it better. The Hellbent allegation seemed to be the final straw on a long list of bad happenings. There's still a chance that Dolan could come back, but it would have to be under some sort of rebrand. Maybe try making more elaborate list videos on the main channel. This could either bring back nostalgic viewers like myself, or garner a new audience. Currently, I have no idea what Dolan is doing now. Maybe he's trying to pitch to Struna again. I have no idea what else. It seems like the only path he wants to take. But for now, the Punit Dolan channels remain deserted, filled with older videos that probably inspired many future YouTubers in the same way it partially inspired me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a go.
Well, that was a very abrupt ending, but I guess there's not really any other way that could end. Wow. Wow. I really don't know what to say about that. Like I said, I thought there was going to be some big event that happened that kind of shook the foundation, and all of a sudden they stopped and they weren't able to make content anymore. But no, it was, like I said, it was just it was a slow, gradual trickle. It was not really like glass breaking, but a lot more like ice melting. It happened slowly and painfully, and if you weren't watching it, you could very easily miss it. And it's gone before you know it. Unfortunately, there's a lot of YouTube channels that are like that are just kind of, you know, in the moment sort of things, that are just following a current trend, or, you know, just doing whatever is popular at the time, but can't really reasonably sustain in any way. It's very I gotta stop saying that. It's very sad. But one thing I can say is, Dolan, I'm sure you're not watching this video, because why would you be? But I really hope things work out for you. I hope you find something else. I hope you find something new that actually does work, and something that lasts a long time. From what I can tell, you've not done anything wrong, and you deserve to be successful. You're very talented. You've got a lot of potential. I think the problem is you just don't know. You haven't found a medium that works yet. Sorry about that. And I really hope you do. I really hope things get better for you. well, I didn't want this to be this depressing, but I guess that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, all that. If you'd like to support me, you can click the link in the description to donate to me on Ko-fi. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time.